Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the 6-day Advanced Water Fasting Challenge Kickoff. Now, this is actually the kickoff, and we call it the kickoff because tonight would be like the Last Supper, right? And hopefully it's going to be a supper that you can digest easy. Hopefully you're not going to eat too late tonight. You're going to eat fresh and raw. You're going to chew your food, meaning that you're going to drink your solids and chew your liquids. And that is a rule. If you were to chew your liquids and drink your solids, that just means you really chew your food and break it down. And you mix the saliva with everything that you do. Understand something. You would get rid of probably 80% of all your symptoms right away. Okay. The problem is that we all eat too fast, especially now in this stressful society, right? We don't even know we're stressed. You know, it's like this. Oh, I'm not stressed. Well, you compare yourself to everybody else, but are you truly at peace with yourself? Are you totally in the present moment? Do you realize you're breathing? Are you breathing slow and deep? Do you have a slight smile on your face? Do you own the moment? Because the only place that you can actually make beautiful things is in the present moment. Okay, where you make really terrible things is when you are in fight, flight, fright, and when you're on the run, okay? Because when you're on the run, all the blood goes to your arms and legs. That's right, okay? When you're not in the present moment, owning it, and in a peaceful state, nothing heals. This is why cancer patients, people with chronic disease that go to doctors, they'll never heal. Why won't they heal? Because they're being terrorized all the time. I mean, when do you get good news from your doctor, okay? Well, guess what? I was wrong. You don't have 6 weeks. You've got 7 weeks to live. Wow, thanks, doc. Anyways, the reality is this. If you don't learn how to create the perfect day for yourself on an emotional and physical level, then you're never really going to have your health. You know, this world is upside down, backwards, and inside out. And that's all I want to say. And that's it. And it really is. And that's my perspective. Your perspective might be different, and you are entitled to that, but I'm entitled to mine. And the reality is that, you know, not the majority of the population, almost 99 people out of 100, I'd say at least, okay, do not know how to eat, drink, or think. And that's it. Now, are they dumb? No, they're not. Do they have dumb beliefs? Yes, they do. And the reality is that we trusted those that were in authority, and those that are in authority are actually programmed by, yes, you know who. So here's the deal. So they call us useless eaters, and that's because we just do eat too much. And we eat the wrong foods, and we don't know how to combine them. And this is why 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. This is why over 80% of the population is overweight, 40% are obese, 1 out of 3 children have a chronic illness, 3 out of 4 children already have symptoms of chronic illnesses. Yes. So 1 out of 34 children are autistic. So we can keep going on with this, but the reality is this. The true healing, lays within not eating. Okay, that's true. Most people, when they're tired, they eat. When they're stressed, they eat. When they're bored, they eat. Okay, even when they're thirsty, they eat. And most of the time, all of these just needed water and you calming down. So we have been programmed by food corporations to eat ourselves to death. Okay, and that's what I see every day coming into my clinic. Every day we do consults for people all over the world. It's the same thing. I go through every consult. I went through 8 consults this morning. It took about 3 hours with my consultants. And almost everyone except one person, okay, was overweight. Was overweight by anywhere. The least was 10 and the most was about 100 pounds. And the reality is everybody's carrying around, not being overweight, they're carrying inflammation and infection. I'm not overweight. I'm full of inflammation and infection. Go figure. And that's why people are rotting out. Their tissues are rotting. When you have a disease, you are rotting out. Your tissues are rotting. So think about it. Think about that. Everything is vibration. How are you going to bring that vibration up? Okay? How are you going to heal? And understand something, everybody. Everybody with an autoimmune disease has leaky gut. Everybody that has any type of illness has leaky gut. You had to have leaky gut first and foremost, and the worst part of your leaky gut is the breaking down of being able to take in the nutrition in your small intestine, 22 feet long, and then your large intestine, you back the sucker up. Even though you were going to the washroom maybe once a day, once every 2 days, once every 3 days. I just did a consult on a lovely family, and the mother was going once every 3 days. She looks like a big puffball. She's probably retaining about 40 pounds of just water from the inflammation that she has. She's 26 years old, and she looks like she could be 40 years old. This is where we're going. When we eat so much inflammatory food and infectious food, it dumbs us down to the point we can't even think. People will say to me, Darrell, you should take care of yourself, Darrell. Well, I think I do. And the reality is that, you know, I when I say this, it's not me bragging. So I want you to understand the human potential. That's all it is. I do the work of 6 people. And I really do. Do I, Drake? Do I do the work of about 6 people?
That or more.
That or more. And the reality is I eat 1 meal a day. I have a blender drink, but I drink continually throughout the day. And I do the things that I teach people what to do. And you know what? I don't have any addictions. So I can actually say that what I am addicted to is loving my life. What I am addicted to is having as much energy as possible. What I am addicted to is no matter what trauma goes on, I'm going to have a slight smile on my face because guess what? Nobody pays me to suffer. You'd think that people paid everybody else to suffer. My God, just think if they paid you to suffer, you'd be rich already. Okay? You know, if I said to people, you know, you're going to get paid by how much you smile, okay, some people would be in a real poverty situation. The reality is you want to smile without reason because you have a lot to celebrate. You're created by God Almighty. Your spirit's going to live forever. You said you could come down here to this life-threatening, fun-filled adventure and win. So let's win it, okay? So let's talk about the fast. Now, why do we do advanced water fasting? I mean, you can do just a water fast, 2 people. I'm going to be going through today how to do the water fast because it's supposedly kicking off. It should have been, for those who got their groove, they're already doing things. You should have already done the 2 weeks of the perfect day diet. If you go into my library, go to docofdetox.com, go to the library, click on library, and then go into the 4 pillars and look at the perfect day diet. And it's a whole plant-based diet. And if you did that for 2 weeks and you are just about ready to do your last salad tonight or blender drink tonight, and then you're going to get into the fast, or maybe you already started because you're so excited and you're so confident. And understand something, the difference between one person and another person, the one that's successful is that person's got confidence, and they also allow themselves to fail and pick themselves up and dust themselves off and say, what can I learn? I'm not going to burn over this. That's true. So we want to take a look at fasting as a way of, okay, lightening the load of toxicity. But also, when you do an advanced water fast or even a water fast, okay, you bring your vibration up. Okay, you bring your vibration up, which means you get rid of lower vibrating beliefs, right? And we want to get rid of beliefs. Let me tell you something. You want to see a change in yourself for the better every day, even if it's just 1%. That would be 100 days. I've turned myself around 100%. And then you start all over again, because you should never, your personality should be changing every day that you're alive. Okay? Because understand something, you can only grow consciously, and we want to grow super consciously, meaning feed the spirit, heal the body. Okay? So now, let's talk about the fast. So tonight would be, let's say if tonight was your last meal. So what would happen is you'll get up tomorrow morning, and you'll take anywhere from 16 ounces, okay? 16 ounces to a liter or a quart of hot water, and then you'll put in a level teaspoon, okay, a level teaspoon of Himalayan salt, really good sea salt, and you do that and you put it into hot water. You put it into hot water like you would have like for hot like tea or something like that. But just hot water, and then you put your salt in. When I do the fast, like this morning, what I did was I actually, I do a level tablespoon. I'm good with that. See, somebody that had a little bit of high blood pressure, if they do like a level teaspoon, they'll have no problem. If they do like more than that, they might feel, oh, my blood pressure is going up. But understand, blood pressure is not a disease. It's a symptom of you being blocked, your heart being blocked emotionally, physically, or you being blocked throughout. Okay, so no, high blood pressure is where, my apologies, high blood pressure is where you will actually have blocks throughout your body. Because, see, your heart has to pump harder to get the flow, okay, to get the flow of blood through. So if I had a hose and I turn the hose on, the water's going through it. If I step on the hose, the same amount of water wants to go through, so the pressure has to build for it to go through, right? Because I've stepped on the hose. And that's what you're doing, is you're stepping on the hose. And the first hose you're stepping on is your large intestine. So believe it or not, you can have high blood pressure by having a sluggish large intestine where the fecal matter is just sitting there decomposing. And understand, don't compare your bowel movements to other people, because you're going to find out something. If you ever get a whole life, if you ever get a perfect day consultation from us, you're going to find out that you should always have 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. So anyways, I had 2 bowel movements today, and I only had supper yesterday, and I didn't have supper yesterday, sorry. All I had last night was I had a salad, okay, and they're a large salad, but I did not eat through the day, I just drank through the day, okay? So today I'm going to do the same thing, okay, and I might not even have a salad tonight, okay, and I might just go right in and just do it. So this morning I did a quart of hot water, I did a level tablespoon of Himalayan salt to flush my bowels, okay? So now I'm drinking, and that's what I'm going to keep. I've got here, I've got fulvic, all right? I've got my fulvic in this water right here, and the water's warm. So I'm going to keep on drinking warm water. And why do we drink warm water? Because warm water, come on, how do you get those boogers out? How do you get the mucus out? You can't get the mucus out with cold water. And the reality is it constricts, right? We don't want to constrict, we want to expand, okay? And understand, what's happening is we're expanding the wrong way down here. People are expanding in their size, aren't they? And the way you should be expanding is consciously and super consciously. That's the way you expand, okay? That's the only way you grow on this planet, okay? You got to wake up. Most people are asleep, okay? Most will never wake up. They might wake up, but will they awoken completely? Most people won't. And then, are you ready to focus on you? Are you ready to break through the whole ideal that you're being selfish if you're actually trying to heal yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, okay? So now we're going to start off with the water, 16 ounces to 32. Most people will just do 16, and they'll do a level teaspoon of the salt, okay? Now, throughout the day, if you're just doing water, that's all you're doing. You can do your water fast, and I would suggest you can do cool water. I wouldn't do ice cold water. Don't be shutting things down, opening things up. But I think that even if you don't like hotter water, try to do it throughout the day, maybe 3 times. Get the hotter water into so that you can open things up, and then cooler water shuts things down, but then open things up. Okay? It's called vascular flushing, internal vascular flushing. Myself, I'll just like to stick to warmer water, keep me calm while I'm on my fast, keep me soothed. It's all psychological. You know, people, they think they need to eat. Okay? Everything is psychological. They think they need animal protein. They think they need to do a lot of things. Programming here, it overrides everything. Okay? Whether it's a good or bad program, it doesn't matter. Your prominent, dominant thoughts in your subconscious rule your life. And if you're not awake enough to understand that those aren't your thoughts, you know, because if you've got a disease, then you're not yourself. Well, you're not. You've got to be someone else or something else, because why would you create a dis-ease inside of yourself, you know, unless you were running a hate program, but then that's a subconscious thing too, right? Because I don't think we choose to hate ourselves. I think we're programmed to. And I believe that everybody's, not everybody, just 99 out of 100 people are actually killing themselves. And you might think that you're nicer to yourself than other people, but are you loving to yourself? Are you filling your heart up throughout the day? This is all part of this water fast. If you don't say no to people right now when you go through this fast, no, I'm not going to be coming over because I'm doing, I'm on a health protocol. And don't be telling people about the water fast if they don't understand, because then they're going to go, oh my God, you're not going to eat. You're going to die. Okay. Or you're going to drink so much water, you're going to drown. You know, the reality is most people get their health information from the media or from the medical system. And the medical system's not into health. You didn't get that yet? You call that healthcare? Seriously? Are you kidding yourself? I think so. The reality is it's emergency care. Couldn't live without it if you got in an accident. Okay, you've got a tumor pressing on your brain. I get it. But 99% of all the surgeries that are done would not have to be done if people did things like this, called self-care, self-love. Now, so throughout the day, you're going to say no to other things and yes to you. Throughout the day, you're going to have a 10-minute lie down. Put your head on your desk, or just calm and breathe, okay? Meditate, pray, do whatever you want. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon. If you do this, it's just going to be easier for you. If you feel a little dizzy, you feel a little nauseous, you feel some symptoms, okay? Drink some warm water, put your head down, and just close your eyes. And then you'll see in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you'll wake up. Allow your body to calm down, shut down. Okay? So throughout the day, try to think about this. If you've got a Braveheart Love Band, this is a hug. This is a kiss. Keep kissing yourself. Keep telling yourself, 3, 2, 1, I got this. I can do this. Okay? And understand, do one thing for me. Stay away from family members and friends that you squabble with. Do not let your subconscious trick you to make a phone call, go visit them, and trip. Do not feel guilty about giving yourself 6 days of pleasure, and as much pleasure as you can. Let's see how much you can love yourself. You know, that's the biggest hurdle that everybody has on this planet. People just can't love themselves because they're not programmed for it. Because if you do, you're a selfish human being. So that makes me totally selfish. So, the biggest thing that you can do is keep a slight smile on your face during this fast. Your chin up, shoulders back, and stay connected to the lion heart breath. 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, 6 seconds in, and keep reminding yourself, look, if you can set your phone to go off every 5 minutes, just a little ding, ding, check in with yourself. Am I focused in the present moment? Am I actually connected to my lion heart breathing? Am I enjoying my day? Do I have a slight smile on my face? Am I focused here, or am I doing something here and I'm out here again? Okay? This is what really messes people up. You can't be in 2 time zones at once and not become exhausted. Okay? All right. So, for those of you who have the time, make sure that you do skin brushing. Okay? If you don't know how to do skin brushing, you can take a look. This is an all-natural skin brush made out of bamboo, and this is made out of cactus. This is a Detox skin brush. This comes off, see? And what you could do is you skin brush your face, your whole body. If you go to my library and take a look at the Healthy to 100 guide, back in the back it says beautiful skin. It tells you how to skin brush. But also I show you how to skin brush in the do-it-yourself guide. If you go in my do-it-yourself guide in my library, look at the skin brushing, okay? It's in there. And also, I went through this in the other one, guys, in the preparation video. And today what we're going to do is we're going to run the 6-day advanced preparation video at 3 o'clock today, aren't we? Yeah. And we're doing it again. And the reason why is because we've had a lot of people say, look, I can't find it. I'd like to watch it again just to really get things straight. So we're going to play it again today at 3. So the other thing you can do too in the morning or in the afternoon or at nighttime is you can take we take like Epsom salts. This is Himalayan, but you can take Epsom salts and wet it down to the consistency of sand, wet sand. And then you get in the shower, you're dry, you scrub your whole body with it. The magnesium's going to come in and really focus on around the painful joints. If your joints are painful because you have arthritis, you wet the Epsom salts down to the consistency of wet sand. And then you put essential oils like Muscle Restore in there. And then you scrub each joint. Any joint that's in pain or stiff, take Epsom salts and go in there and do this. See, ringing. Or you could do your wrist. Or you could really scrub your lymph nodes, right? Wherever in your neck, or even take a little bit of Epsom salts. Don't scrub too hard and go underneath your armpit or around. Because if you feel fatty under here, or that's if you feel like fatty under here, that's toxins under your armpit. So you can also, you can do Epsom salts anywhere, okay, around the body, even on the breasts. Be gentle, especially if it's the first time. But understand, the magnesium's going to go in. You're going to increase the lymph. You're going to increase the blood flow, and that's the same thing the skin brushing does. So for a person who really wants to feel really good every day and they got the time, you skin brush first, then you do the Epsom salt glow. And that's still in my Healthy to 100 book, but I also talk about how to do it in the DIY guide in my library. I hope you're getting this. Take the time to do this. Don't do Netflix. I'm going to tell you something. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too sluggish. You know what? Do you want to not be tired? Then do the skin brushing, do the salt glow, get your energy going, and make sure that you have a container that is going to give you, if you're a woman, you should be doing 3 quarts to 3.5 quarts of water a day. If you're a man, you should be on a fast, you should be doing like 4 to 6 quarts a day, and try to equal it out to 3/4 of an ounce for every pound that you weigh. Okay, so think about that. Okay, now, the other thing is if you have the time, or a lot of people are just never going to do this, and then they're never going to clean their liver out. So understand that. I'll tell you something. I'll talk to people for 1 year, 2 year, and you know what they'll say? I'll never put that up my bum. So anyways, the reality is once they do it, they go, oh my gosh, where did I get that energy from? That's right. Your liver's one of your largest organs, and it does over 300 jobs on a continual basis. But how good do you think it's doing by the time you're 30? Seriously. No, it's called dirty 30. The liver is already toxic. On this planet, it's already toxic. People go, yeah, I've got a good diet. Yeah, compared to the rest of the people that are poisoning themselves. Thank you very much. And I know people think they really do. But if you were to be with me for one day and you see the way I live, you would go, wow, that's a clean lifestyle. And you know what? But it isn't a clean lifestyle. What it is, it's a non-addictive lifestyle. I have kicked the butt of every one of my addictions. And trust me, I've got a AAA personality. So addictions, trust me, I had them all. Think about all of them. I had them all. Okay, so that was just who I was. The reality is that I always wanted to live life, and you just get involved in everything. Just do it all. But now I just want to do what's good for me. Okay? So anyways, let's get back to the liver. So the reality is, and remember something, don't tell me you don't have when people say to me, I don't have the time and I don't have the money. Well, actually, it's not a priority for you. That's right. And you know that there's a lot of people out there that could have saved their lives, could have turned their health around, And they never will, because they don't have a belief system that is called self-love, self-care, and they never will. They've been taught to actually hate themselves on a deep subconscious level, and they don't even know it. And understand something, most of the population has a self-hate program going. Okay, you're going to tell me that most of the population is trying to kill themselves? What do you think autoimmune disease means? Attacking oneself. So I'm not trying to put down the population. Gosh, I love everybody. It's just that, guess what? We've been so programmed by the media and by the psycho elites that control the pharmacies, the health care, the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the TV crap that we watch. They own it all. So the reality is, I'm not putting anybody down. You're putting yourself down on a subconscious level, and you don't even know it, okay? So here we go. So anyways, this is called a stainless steel enema bucket. And inside, this is just like the most powerful thing you can do. Let me tell you something. You wanna go and spend, how about this? Go to a cancer clinic in Mexico, and you're gonna drop 25 to 40,000 US dollars in 2 weeks. And I'm going to tell you that I could do the same thing in most cases, not all. So don't beat me up, please. Even when I moved to Mexico and we open up Ixtapa and we start doing some of these really high nutraceuticals, and we're doing intravenous things, and we really get into all of the different things, I'm still going to be telling people that, guess what? If you took massive personal action, you wouldn't have to spend all that money. You couldn't, if you learn how to do the perfect day from when you wake up in the morning till you go to bed on an emotional and physical level, and if you were to do a 6-day water fast every 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and you took 1 day out of every week and you did a water fast, and if you did intermittent fasting where you didn't eat until 11 or 12 every day, but you hydrated and took in, if you were a woman, at least 1.5 quarts of water. If you were structured water, if you were a man, you took in 2 quarts by 11 o'clock before you did that every day. This is what's called living. If you took on as much of the perfect day diet as your diet to live with, and then when you went off track, you went off track, but you came back as soon as you could, you'd find as time goes on, you're not going off track anymore. You'll be staying on more and more. You know, what you practice, you become good at. That's what you call an Olympian. I am an Olympian human being, okay, when it comes to self-care and self-love. And I want everyone to find their brave heart, to find their roar, and hold the line, because the true terrorist is yourself. Now, so that's a stainless steel bucket. So what happens is, we'll boil 1 quart or 1 liter, okay, of water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in, this is a coffee, a green bean coffee that we sell, and it's meant to do coffee enemas. And guess what? Do you want to know where the coffee should go? The best place coffee should go is up your rectum, not in your mouth. If you put it in your mouth, it causes anxiety. It also is toxic to the liver. Whereas when you put it in your rectum and you use coffee, green bean coffee like this, that is, the compounds in it will help to trigger your liver and cause it to go into contraction. So when you do a coffee enema, okay, it will go in, and there is actually a trigger inside the rectum. And what it does is that it's what's called the portal vein, and it will pick up the coffee and the caffeine, the green bean caffeine, and it will go in and trigger the liver to contract, and all that gut comes out. And believe it or not, a lot of people, if they were to do a coffee enema once a day for about 7 to 10 days, they would never look back. Most people could use a coffee enema for about 30 days, once a day, 30 days in a row. If you want to call me, you can talk to me, tell me what's going on, and we can decide what you need. Not everybody is the same. We're different. We've got different personalities, and it's your personality that creates your health or your disease. Did you get that? Your personality actually creates the shape of your body. Did you get that? It creates the shape of your life. It creates the shape of your little world. And that's the deal. So stainless steel, if it's structured water, all the better. So we're going to boil the coffee, the water with the coffee. And we're also going to put, you don't have to do it, we're also going to put, excuse me, I got to grab something. You could just use coffee enema bucket. And don't use a plastic one, please. Do you really want the plastics, the chemicals off of plastic? Think about all the things that you buy that are plastic. Anybody that's drinking water out of a plastic bottle right now should have their head checked. Seriously. So you're going to Costco and buying all those flexible bottles. You're drinking cancer. It's a carcinogen. That's why it tastes like plastic. That is a carcinogen. They should never put water in plastic. End of story. Over. Now, so you're going to heat up the hot water. You're going to put it in here. You're going to heat up the hot water. You're going to make your coffee. You can also put in your coffee what's called, in with the coffee grinds that you're brewing for your coffee enema. You can put in, black gold. All the instructions are in the DIY guide. There's a video. I go through it all. Or you can just go to the 6-day advanced water fasting guide, and all the instructions are in there, okay? I'm actually going to do a new video on that, though, by the way. So now what we're doing is we're brewing the black gold, and we're brewing the coffee in the water. Then we're going to strain it, and then we're going to put it into the enema bucket. And then in the enema bucket, we're also going to put in what's called just a little bit of tummy love. Now, tummy love is 75% humic and 25% fulvic. And when you do that, that's going to go in and help to capture viral, bacterial, fungal. It locks it down, okay? And then it's going to go in and pick up acidity, heavy metals, and things of that nature. But it also helps to go in and stimulate the liver even more. So between the black gold and the tummy love, we are capturing all the acidity, the viruses, the bacteria, the fungus, and we're going to draw that out. And the caffeine, the special green bean caffeine that's in the coffee, is going to trigger the liver to dump. And it dumps into your colon. So that's why we want to make sure that our colon is clean. Okay? And that's why we do the perfect day diet. We do the daily cleansing tea for 2 weeks. And this is the daily cleansing tea. Now, if you have a problem, okay, and you think that the salt water, you can't do the salt water, then you need to do the daily cleansing tea. So you'll do the daily cleansing tea morning and night like you usually do to make sure your bowels move. You don't want to move them that they're loose. You just want to move them that they're like mushy cow plop, okay? And understand, in the daily cleansing tea, there's no stimulants, no laxatives. But if you don't need it, don't use it during the fast. Okay, this is not about selling products. This is about you having the most efficient, effective cleanse of your life. And nothing cleanses better than an advanced water fast. Nothing on the planet. There is no injection. There's nothing that will do it better. Once you get your groove, you really learn this. And understand, be patient with yourself. Oh my God, I did the fast. I only went 1 day or only went 2 days. Or I got a headache. I got to get off. So if you are able to go lay down and put maybe a nice cool pack on your forehead, a cool pack on the back of your head, do your belly button therapy throughout the day to calm yourself down. And for those of you that are high tension people, if you have to, you can take 1 scoop of what's called Mag Infusion. I don't have it here because I don't like to promote a whole bunch of stuff. But Mag Infusion, if you put 1 scoop under your tongue, it will heat up and you'll feel it heat up. It'll go into your bloodstream and you won't swallow it, because it'll be picked up by your saliva, just 1 scoop, and it'll calm you down like a kitten, especially if you're going to do belly button therapy. Do not let people get you anxious. Your subconscious is going to try to get you involved into stressful situations so you don't do the fast. Did you know that your subconscious will work against you? It will work against you if you want to do something new that will kill you. It will work against you if you want to do something new that will save your life. See, you need to understand the subconscious is 90% of the brain. It's the most powerful part of your brain. And if you don't have prominent, dominant beliefs based on self-love, self-care, you're killing yourself already. And you don't even know it. No, I'm not. I'm like everybody else. I'm like the average guy. Yeah, I said it already. You're killing yourself. Seriously. Okay? And it's the truth. You know, you might think that I'm over the top about things, but you're going to tell me that there's nobody sick in your family? You're going to tell me there's nobody dying in your family? There's nobody overweight? There's nobody in your family that's underweight and can't gain weight? Oh, do I need to keep going? How many diabetics do you have? Heart disease? How many people with asthma, allergies? How many people are on drugs, whether prescription or street? How many people in your family are using alcohol for a fun time because they have no energy left? How many people in your family are using marijuana because they're just trying to calm down, but actually they're just trying to what? Zombie out. Okay. And the other thing too, I don't have them on because it's a shorter show, but the reality is, if you own Tesla glasses, everyone, you make sure you wear them when you're in front of like blue light, like on a computer, on a phone, watching TV, in a mall, in an office. These are Tesla lightwear, and they change all blue light into healing light. They'll actually reverse eye disorders and brain disorders. You heard what I said. I can prove that. People don't believe that, but these are the only glasses that you should be wearing. And I wear these wherever I go. These are my sunglasses. These are what I wear when I'm doing anything on the computer, watching TV, when I'm in a mall, when I'm flying, when I'm traveling. I wear these all the time. And if you put these on, you'll find out they calm you down instantaneously. I'm not making this up. And what they'll also do is bring down a headache. They'll bring down body tension. But the reality is they're bringing down brain burn. People are actually getting eye disorders because they're getting brain burn from blue light. Blue light is the most toxic thing on our planet today. That and 5G. Nobody's talking about blue light, but meanwhile, it's destroying lives. Okay? Next thing. So in the morning, we talked about our hot water. We talked about starting our day off. Like the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning, like I said, is connect to your breath, put a slight smile on your face. Right away, do your belly button therapy while you're laying in bed. Okay? Start, really thinking about how you're going to have this day and how you're going to be conscious enough that nothing's going to set you off or create anxiety. Okay? You're going to stay connected to your lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Then, like I said, you could do your skin brushing salt glow. If you had time, we'll do the coffee enema. Now, the coffee enema, once you make it, this here is higher than you. So gravity, it comes out and it comes through the tube. And then the tube is in your rectum. And then you'll see, you can use the little lock on it just to shut it down a little bit so that it gradually comes in the first time. And just stay there and connect to your lion heart breathing. All right? I'm going to be doing a video on this, a complete video on this for the next fast. The next fast, 6-day fast, will be around the 1st of August, okay? All right? And I'll be doing that just before I move my office. We will have an office here in Canada, but we're going to be moving most of our staff and myself to Extapa Palace, where we're opening up the Extapa Palace World Healing and Training Center. And we have practitioners, and we're talking about leading world practitioners coming to teach, do their trainings, bring their patients. It's going to be, we're going to create something special and something new. All right, so just know that if you're only doing Himalayan salt and water throughout the day, you're going to have a bit of a grind. Make sure that you take a look at my lengthen, strengthen exercise, my do-it-yourself guide. I have 3 pelvic squats. You want to do the pelvic squats. You want to do what's called the crab stretch so that you open everything up lower and you open everything up here. So please go look at those exercises and do the belly button therapy. And also do the pelvic enhancer. And if you haven't bought a pelvic enhancer where you put one leg up and the other leg hangs down so you open up your pelvis, because that's the holy grail down there, then get yourself 3 chairs, line them up right where open up a door where the stairs are going down, and have the chairs at the top on this side of the door, and line them up, let's say on the right side of the door. Then you would put your right leg up and you would hang your left leg, because the door is open, into the doorway so it's hanging down, because you want to open up your pelvis, okay? It really, learn these exercises. They're lengthen, strengthen, detox exercises that I have in my do-it-yourself guide. So if you can do those, you're going to feel so much better. Let me tell you something. My crab stretch, if you've got a headache, you got tension up here, and you do the crab stretch, I show you how to do it in the video in the do-it-yourself guide. Please do it. Do it once, twice, 3 times a day if you've got upper body tension, and just do Lionheart breathing with it. You are going to go, oh, wow, this is better than getting a massage. And that only took me 5 minutes, and I'm already feeling fantastic. So let's expand. Let's open up. And for those of you, please do not do heavy exercise while you're doing this. So you can do yoga. You can do stretching. You could do the length and strength, and I just told you. You could even do core twisting. This is called a core twister, everyone. This is something I put together a long time ago. And what you're doing is you're twisting back and forth, which means it helps to straighten up your spine. It detoxifies your organs, gets you to poop, makes you feel better. Anyways, you can check that out. I have a video on that. It's in the do-it-yourself guide if you want to go see how to do core twisting, okay? I think core twisting is the fastest way to improve abdominal tone and get rid of lower back pain and to strengthen your lower back and to straighten up your spine, okay? All right, now I'm going to talk about the products. Oh, and here's the other thing. I love this. This is called a Dock of Detox Clapper. You can find the core twister, the clapper, the belly button in body care on our store. Okay, this clapper has bumpy on this side, smooth on this side. Just so you know, guys, this weekend I'm going to be working on the. If you go into clapping for health guide in my library, I did a whole body clapping, but I'm putting a whole body masterclass together where it's like 35, 45 minutes each body part and showing what conditions it works on. But I'm going to tell you, we are going to take blocks down, pain down. We're going to take diseases down with this thing. Okay, all right? Go read about it. It's called a clapper. And if you clap your body while you're doing this, remember, you're going to shut your digestive tract down completely by the 3rd day. So all that energy is going to go into your body to try to heal you. It's going to release more stem cells than you've ever seen before and ever had before. It's going to create autophagy, eating up the things that shouldn't be in you. Now let's say that you have a block, and in that block you start clapping it, and it goes black or blue. That just shows you've got rotten tissue and dirty blood. That all comes to the surface. Healthy people don't bruise. This is a phenomenal tool. If you want to have, I'm going to be going into this and talking about this later, but if you want to have beautiful skin, if you want to be toned, and you start learning how to skin brush, do salt glows, clapping, and then by using our Beyond Beauty spray, our Beyond Beauty moisturizer, and our Beyond Beauty C60 oil, okay, use that on your face and then tell me that you don't look 10 years younger. I will tell you right now that we can do a natural facelift on you, and we can show you that you hardly have to spend any money to reverse the hands of time. I know this isn't about this, but you want to, if you're doing an advanced water fast, you're reversing the hands of time, internally, externally, everywhere. You're going to see it. Major breakthroughs are going to happen for you. So yeah, you can clap throughout the day. And when you clap, when you do belly button therapy, when you do these things, you put yourself into a parasympathetic state, which is a healing state where you're dumping dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. And understand that the belly button therapy, when you do that for 5 minutes, go look on my video in my do-it-yourself guide. But when you do this for 5 minutes, you release more healing hormones than anything else you can do in your life. Did you hear what I just said? Yeah, check it out. Next thing. So during the program, I'm going to show you what people do when they want to get the most out of it. These are Ormus Minerals. Ormus Minerals will not turn on the digestive tract, okay? But what they will do is they will give an electrolyte balance so you don't feel dizzy, don't feel nauseous, like you're going to faint, like you're weak, okay? So check those out, Ormus Minerals, and you'll do the Ormus Minerals, okay, 3 or more times a day, okay? And that's an eyedropper 3 or more times a day. You can do it right in your mouth. It's pretty salty, kind of. So you can mix it with your water and drink it, okay? Or you can mix it with your fulvic, okay? Because let me talk about that. So there's only 5 things that we do when we do the fasting internally. And I talked about the Ormus Minerals, and you can mix that with your fulvic. This is called fulvic right here, fulvic concentrate, all right? And with fulvic concentrate, what I did this morning I did the salt, okay? I did the salt, and I did a tablespoon of fulvic acid concentrate in my quart of hot water. And I did a level tablespoon of the salt. So I did a really good flush. But fulvic acid, what it does, it'll pick up 3 times its weight in heavy metals and acidity. It'll help to deliver micronutrients, up to 60 different ones, into your cells. Okay? But here's the deal. It locks down these heavy metals and this acidity, so it buffers down the inflammation, buffers down the pain, because that's where it comes from. And if you're going to detoxify, you want to be efficient and get it, so while it's leaving your body, you don't have to suffer with it. Okay? And you can do 1 teaspoon of this with every liter or quart of water throughout the day, and you can do more. Go by what you feel. And when you start doing a fast, your mouth might feel burning, like it feels heavy metals or toxic. That's you detoxifying. You might look like you've got fuzz or hair on your tongue and that white, and that's the candida coming to the surface. So don't be afraid to scrape your tongue during this protocol. Don't let your tongue get all thick with mucus and candida, okay? All right? So anyways, the fulvic acid again, like I said, a teaspoon in every quart. I do a level tablespoon first thing in the morning because I really like to bring down the toxins. And understand something logically, everyone. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. It was when the farmer had to go out in the farm. He would take his lunch too, and then he wouldn't come back. He wouldn't come back for the whole day most of the time because he just wouldn't usually. So the reality is, if you can go without eating the intermittent fasting, right? You'd be surprised what your body doesn't need. You think that your body needs all this food, 3 meals a day, 3 snacks. Understand something. If you eat 3 meals a day, that's the same energy it would take to walk 10 miles. And understand how many people actually eat and feel rejuvenated after, or even more tired. That's right. We're ineffective eaters. We don't chew our food, we don't combine it properly, and we don't eat enough live foods. Let me get back to the fast. So we talked about the Ormus, we talked about the Ormus, okay, and we talked about the fulvic. And now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about ATP. There's another one called Divine Vine, and it has ATP in it. It helps it helps the thyroid, the parathyroid, and it it helps to calm down people, right, that are up and down emotionally, okay? And it will actually help to regenerate mitochondria. It has ATP in it, so it brings up your energy levels, but ATP plus is really the one I love to really bring up your energy. And guess what, guys? It tastes sweet. It's delicious. You put it under your tongue. You put an eyedropper under your tongue or a teaspoon under your tongue. And what you do is you hold it for 2 minutes, okay? And then you swallow. And guess what? It will energize you. Not like this, but just straight, really great energy. And it bypasses the Krebs cycle like the fulvic, like the Ormus Minerals, the ATP, the Divine Vine, and the pineal. They're similar, the Divine Vine, pineal, and the ATP. The pineal is for people who have Alzheimer's, okay? People who have memory problems, people who have pineal problems, okay? So, and those two will also help you with your energy, mitochondria. But this is the one I like the most when I'm doing the advanced water fasting, to keep my energy stable and keep it consistent. All right? Okay, so the other thing I'm going to talk about with people with chronic conditions, people with osteoporosis, people with autoimmune disease, people with cancer, when they're doing these advanced water fastings, and understand something, everyone. I just want you to know that we've done advanced water fasting with people up to 80 days. I've done advanced water fasting with people who have lost over 100 pounds in one advanced water fast. Now, this here is called calcium ion therapy. This is called Merigen. This product you have to call in to get it. It's not up on our store. You can go to our store and look at the information, but the FDA won't let you buy it right on. They got to make it difficult to jump over a hurdle. This is totally non-toxic. This is the only product in the world that'll take all the calcium that's lost from the bones and give you a brand new bone structure, okay? And it's not just that. This product will work on every autoimmune disease you can think about, because calcium ions, right? There's two things that work and control communication of cells in the human body. Anybody tell you what they are? They're calcium ions and it's iodine ions. There it is. Those two things are your communicators in the human body. You can't go without them. That's why when you start to get older, right, you start breaking down calcium, you don't get the ions out properly, and so you have all this displaced calcium in your joints, in your organs, in your tissues. Grandpa, why are you stiff as a board? Well, it's because he's losing the calcium from his bones. And like I said, this is the only product I know of that'll bring the calcium back into the bones, but it'll actually decalcify the mitochondria, which the mitochondria are the powerhouse for your cells. They create the energy. They create the energy. And you cannot have any disease unless you have dysfunctional mitochondria that have been calcified or became too acidic. Okay, that's the way it is. They have to spin so many revolutions, and the calcium actually stops them from spinning, and guess what? They break down. So there's Merigen, which is the strongest product, and then there's Cartigen for the joints, and then there's Dentigen that's for the jaw and for the teeth, and then there's Ozo Jr. for babies. And then there's Alzagen for people who have memory problems and Alzheimer's. Okay? All right. And then there's Megagen for people that are healthy and never want to have osteoporosis, and they want to have the bone structure of a 30-year-old when they're 90. And I'm not making this up. We've got people in their 80s, okay, that have been on Fosamax, and their bones are brittle. And within 12 months, they have the bone structure of a 30, 40-year-old. And we have so much documentation that I'm ready to be challenged by anybody. Now, myself, I could be on the Megagen, but I take the Merigen, and I do it at least once, twice a day. And I'll never stop because I want to stay young. I want to stay vital, and I'm going to. This is what I do. You know, I'm a walking, talking advertisement. I mean, who wants to go to a practitioner that doesn't know how to love or care for themselves? That would not be too cool. Okay. Let me see what else. Oh, here. Last product that you can be doing when you're doing advanced water fast. And remember something, I'm going to keep coming back to it, everyone. This is not a sales pitch. Just do Himalayan salt if you want, and an enema bag, or if not an enema bag if you don't want, but do Himalayan salt and just water for your fast. But make sure that you really breathe, you really keep yourself calm, okay? And understand, we don't just do these products to give us energy throughout the fast. We do it because we get 1,000% more results than somebody just on a water fast. Okay, so this is infinite iodine, and this is infinite iodide. Infinite iodide works on the parathyroid, thyroid, hormone balancing, okay? So does iodine, but when you use the iodide, if you've got a real thyroid problem, you'd want to use 5 sprays of the iodide minimum a day. You could go up to 5 3 times a day. There's no overdosing like on nascent iodine and Lugol's iodine. You know, you can get yourself into trouble if you were to do too much. Anyways, so this is the only pure iodine in the world as well. So iodide feeds the parathyroid, thyroid, and if you notice, we did a show yesterday with Terry Mullins. He's the inventor of these two products, and I'll be on here today at 10 o'clock with Terry Mullins. Okay, I'll be on here, and we're going to answer all the questions that came up yesterday, or anybody that wants to come on at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be live today answering your questions on iodide and iodine. And what you can do, everybody needs iodine. There's not one person that doesn't need iodine. It's not about radiation. It's about creating healthy cells. It's about protecting your thyroid, your parathyroid, all right? And with the iodine, you can actually, especially, it's really great to do this, especially those people who've got the C or a cold or a flu, okay? Or somebody who's got lung problems or somebody who doesn't want lung problems. This is, take a look at here. One second. This here, okay, look. Can you see it coming out, the mist? Yeah, you can. You see what that is? That's infinite iodine, guys. That's infinite iodine. Now think if I put this here, and I take that in and I breathe that in, that goes into my brain, that goes into my lungs. Do you think that might help the healing? Okay, and infinite iodine, you can put it in your eyes, you can put it in your nose. And also for those women that are, have problems, whether they have breast cancer or pelvic problems or things of that nature. All right, you can take infinite iodine. You can take fulvic nano bright eyes, a few drops of that, a couple drops of frankincense, silver bullet gel right here. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the dosages. You can call us or take a look in our book. We have it in our product book in the library as well. Or you can call us and we'll tell you how to do it. This is silver bullet gel, 20 times stronger than any silver liquid. We mix a little bit of infinite iodine, okay? Approximately about 10 sprays, okay, onto the gel. So what you do is you take 1 ounce or more of the silver gel. It's totally non-toxic. And what you do is then you take 10 sprays of the infinite iodine, you take 2 drops of frankincense, you take about 10 to 20 drops, depending on what you're trying to do, of the bright eyes that you can put in your they're called bright eyes, fulvic nano drops. And then what you do is then you get a syringe or what we call an ear bulb syringe or a needle syringe. And you you don't have the needle on it, but you actually syringe that into the vagina. And wait till you see between candida problems, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, fibroids, bladder problems. How about this? Infertility, scar tissue in the fallopian tubes. How about this? Even if you have a hip problem and you put it into the vagina, you're going to be helping, because the reason why most people have hip problems is they've been pooping into their pelvis, and the pelvis is like a bowl, and the infection fills up, and then it goes out, and the inflammation, and that's why people are destroying their hips today, which you can reverse even bone on bone with hips. I won't go into that today though. So we just went through a lot of the stuff, and understand if you're dealing with a real problem, also take a look at doing suppositories. CBD suppositories are amazing. 250 milligrams, you put them into the rectum. When you do CBD in the rectum, you will absorb 60% more. When you put it in the rectum, you'll absorb 60% of the CBD. When you do it orally, you only absorb 15%. And understand something, that's where the healing really takes place, when you do it rectally. Next thing is when you're doing your belly button therapy, those of you out there that are doing it, if you take 2 drops of frankincense after you do your belly button therapy, and which releases 70% of your serotonin and 50% of your dopamine, nothing else does that. Then what you do is put 2 drops of CBD, 1 second, I got it backwards. You put 2 drops of frankincense in your belly button, or we call it immunity, because it absorbs faster. And then behind it, you drop in 2 drops of CBD oil. Do you know what that does? It stimulates 70,000 nerve endings to heal. Yeah. So these are the tricks that we want to do. Let me think if I forgot something else. Oh yeah, just letting you know, like I said, I'll be on at 10 o'clock. And we do have a sale on the infinite iodine, because we're really just bringing it out to the world. The only pure iodine, 10,000 times smaller in molecular size than any other iodine. And it's 25% off until Monday night. Everybody. So if you want to know that, okay? There are other things that you can do while you're fasting, but the most important thing that you could ever do, the most important thing, is connecting to your breath and staying calm and saying, you know what, for this 6 days, I am not going to have a reaction. I'm only going to take positive action. I'm not going to get upset at anyone. And understand something. Wouldn't that be great if for 6 days you didn't get upset at yourself or anyone else? You would make it through this fast. And when people need to come off this fast they get nervous, they get anxiety. And that's why people end up in the hospital. They go there because they have panic attacks. Most of the people that go to the hospital are panicking all the time anyways. I mean, let's put it this way. The reality is you're going to know how emotionally stable you are when crisis comes. Anybody can be stable when there's nothing going wrong, but when you hit a bump in the road, a quick right-hand turn, you'll find out how emotionally stable you are. Now, there are other things that I do with people that are doing the fast, like people that get a perfect day consultation. They understand different other techniques, but I don't want to overload you. I probably did already. And just for those of you who are new, This is my book called Healthy to 100. You can order it for $15 off of our website, or you can go in and you can read the PDF of Healthy to 100 free, and that's in my library. Okay? Understand something, everyone. That might be a little bit overwhelming to you because you just don't know how to get yourself well. So you can either just spend all your money later in life, okay, and suffer like everyone else. You know what? I'm free of pain. And when I have pain or I have inflammation, I know that I need to chill out, drink water. Usually it's just calm down or do my stretching exercises, get back and get centered. And you can't do that unless you're going to do self-care and self-love. And that's it. Okay? All right. What time is it? Yep, it's time. It's been an hour. There was some questions. I'll see if I can do a couple here. But, yeah, I've got some consultations I've got to do. Consultation programs that have come in I have to go over. And I have to be back here in the saddle at 10 o'clock. Let me see here. Let's find out where those questions are. Good morning, Dr. Wolfe. I tried to get some answers about the right products I need to purchase when they were on sale for the advanced water fasting. I missed the sale and the questions to my answer. Please give me a list of what I need to do. This is very important to me. Thank you. And understand something. We have played the show a few times, haven't we? Yeah. And it's also, the products are up in the 6-day advanced water fasting guide. Okay? All right? Is it okay to take the cleansing tea if a person has Crohn's disease? Well, first of all, people have Crohn's disease, but they can be constipated. People have Crohn's disease and have diarrhea. And Crohn's disease is called lead pipe disease. And it's actually where you're just eating holes, okay, into your small intestine. And let me tell you something. This is a person who stresses out all the time. All the time. And this person needs to do a perfect day consult. I'm serious, $150 and lifetime support. Yeah, if you've got Crohn's disease, man, you know what? You are destroying your digestive tract, and you've got holes in your small intestine. There's no way you're going to get well. I mean, your life is living, you know what? Okay. Also, can I take my blood pressure meds while I'm on the fast? Thanks. Blood pressure meds are need to be taken by people that terrorize themselves, and the reality is most of that creates acidity in the body, which causes more pressure, which causes more scar tissue blocks, fecal blocks in the colon. But it's all about scar tissue and displaced calcium. That's why we're getting blocks in our body. And it's about cholesterol too, that causing the high blood pressure. All of this can be turned around. Everybody's bloody well on blood pressure meds because nobody's in charge of their emotions. Nobody's in charge of what they put on their mouth, in their mouth. But first of all, nobody can calm down properly. Oh, I'm calm. Really, are you? Okay, so the whole world has been taught to go into an anxious state because that's where big pharma and that's where the food industry makes all its money, because we make really bad decisions when we're stressed. I'm new. Where should I start? Well, I would go into the library and I would go look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day, and just look those over. And then what I would do is I'd go into the A to Z Masterclass. And if you go there, everyone, and if you want to have the A to Z Masterclass free, it's almost $1,000. It's all about how the mind creates issues in the tissues, but it shows you how you get these issues in your tissues and how you get set up for drugs and then surgery and then more drugs. And I show you how to not get into that. And I show every body part and what we would do and what the medical system does. And if you want that masterclass free, then you got to type in Wolfe non-surgical. That's it. That's your code to get it free. Okay. And then the other thing I would do is I would also go into the how to become number 1 at the art of number 2 and watch that 6-hour video. And if you do just that, okay, that's a good place to start. And if you're a real take action person, get a consult for $150. You get lifetime support from us. We send you an hour audio right off the bat, and then you can call me or you can call your consultant anytime you want. And we stand behind that. Remember something, if you haven't got a guide and a coach and you don't have a map, how are you going to get there? So what are we going to do, Band-Aid all our life and go from treatment to treatment? What products do I need to purchase during the water fast? We just went through it. I don't have all the products required for the water fast. Am I safe to do the fast without the support products? Please. You could do it with just salt and water. Okay? Better if it was structured water, because understand something. Because structured water doesn't take any energy, and it also hydrates 1,000% better than any other known water that I know of. Okay? A friend recommends nano ionic silver, not colloidal, but what do you think about this? Thank you. Well, first of all, ours is not nano, ours is pico. And pico's smaller than nano, and that's what our silver is. So that's why we decided to use that. Use whatever you want, whatever you believe works for you, that's great. Don't worry about things. You can call us up and say, I'm on a different product, but I'm on your fast. We have no problem with that. It's not about you purchasing from us, it's about you purchasing the fact that you should self-care and self-love. What do you have for type 2 diabetics? Type 2 diabetics, what do I have? Get a perfect day consultation. Nobody needs to be a type 2 diabetic. End of story. Type 2 diabetes is where you've whipped the living crap out of your pancreas and sugar flour junkie, and also you can actually become a type 2 diabetic from dairy. Okay? All right? All right, and then you probably could stress yourself out enough, and if you believe that your life is not sweet enough, you might be able to even get diabetes, because it's emotional too. Hello, Dr. Wolfe. What can I do control eye pressure? Well, if you've got high eye pressure, I guarantee your bowels aren't moving that well. I guarantee that your blood is sluggish. I am on 3 different eye drops. Well, why don't you try this? Try these 3 different eye drops. Try Infinite Iodine. Try Silver Bullet Spray. They're not expensive. And try Bright Eyes Nano Fulvic Eye Drops. And understand, everybody, you need to get this. But I have a product called C60. It comes in olive oil. It comes in hemp oil. It also comes in coconut oil. Okay? Olive oil is the one that's sold the most. Coconut oil is, reason why people would buy that is because if you use the C60 coconut oil on your skin, it gets to look like mine. That's it. And we have a C60 coconut oil that you pump that you can put on your skin. It's amazing. When you see it. But when you take it internally, what do you think heals the eyes and the brain better than anything else? C60. Our C60 olive oil, coconut oil, or hemp oil. Okay, and if you're into the endocannabinoids side of it, then get the C60 hemp oil. Some people love the C60 olive oil, but I'm a big fan of C60 coconut oil. I do 1 teaspoon 4 times a day. I put it under my tongue, hold it for 2 minutes, swallow. Okay, and you do that. Wait till you see what your brain looks like and your eyes look like. Hope you know I used to wear glasses, prescription glasses. Don't anymore. I can read small print. Yeah, you can change everything if you want to. Stop complaining, stop explaining, and guess what? I don't deserve your trust yet, but I will never mess around with you. And I promise you that if you keep following me, you listen to me, you are going to turn your life around. It's not about me. It's about the beautiful people that gave me all the information I have, and I put it together. That's it. And about that beautiful body of yours. And let me tell you, if you're sick and you can't get well, that's because you've been taught to become the enemy of your body and you don't even know. I bought the Eye Bright Fulvic Eye Drops. I put it in my eyes. I have 3 surgeries already. I love myself and I want to help myself. I don't have the water filter structure. I wish I had it, but drank the spring water. Well, I don't believe in spring water unless you're going to go to a spring. And I don't believe in spring water. I believe you. Okay, so what you can do is this. There's a website, guys, and it might be a spring near you or something like that. Do some work. You'll find it. And wherever you live, there is a water spring that'll come up that's beautiful water, or water coming off the mountains. Okay, there's a really beautiful spring near me, and the water comes down off the mountains. And it's already structured when it comes down off the mountains. Okay? All right. Dr. Darrell, during my 6-day advanced water fasting, for my drinking hot water, first time in the morning, can I take 4 salts, powder solution, bicarbonate, sodium, potassium, bicarbonate, magnesium, chloride, and calcium? No, I wouldn't do that. I think it'll turn things on instead of Himalayan salt. If you really want to do it, do it. But the Himalayan salt has minerals in it, but it's to move your bowels. It's to move your bowels, okay? And it's to cleanse you out. If not, I will take the Himalayan salt. Can we do a vaginal infusion once a day during the 6-day advanced water fasting? You can do it 3 times a day, girl. And I'll tell you, you'll just heal for that, okay? Okay, upcoming shows, everyone. Like I told you, there'll be one in an hour. And then tomorrow, I have a live Q&A. I'll be doing on my phone, but I'll be answering your questions. I'll be coming on for only about a half hour, 40 minutes. That's it. And then I'll be coming on Friday again. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Thursday and Friday, everybody. Because I'll be in Vancouver, so I'll be kind of squeezing it in. I'm teaching some practitioners how to pull tumors apart and show how most surgeries can be prevented. Okay, that's what I'm doing for the next few days. Let me see here. What else is there? New World Practitioner. That's right. Go to www.newworldpractitioner.com and come and take my 22-day course, okay, in Ixtapa, which will be my new home. And it'll be in Ixtapa. And to get there, you would fly to Zihuatanegal, which is 15 minutes away, which is an international airport. Let me tell you something. Go check it out. This is peaceful, totally safe. Population about 3,200 in Ixtapa. The beach is about 6 minutes away. We got beautiful pools. We got beautiful gardens at Ixtapa Palace. We're going to do bonfires at night and get around, and we're going to play music. But if you want to learn the best emotional nutritional course, which is 8 days, and it is the best, and I'll say that, you'll also be getting a 170-page manual from me. In that manual alone, you will be able to actually assess any patient coming on an emotional, physical level. And also, when you become a practitioner with us, we will build you for cost your own website. You can sell our products, never have to carry them. We'll ship them anywhere around the world to you, or you can buy our products and become a wholesaler of them. Also, when you learn our body work, okay, I will back you up that this is it. That anybody that comes to you that's been everywhere else, done everything else, that we give a money-back guarantee that the first treatment you get with a Wolfe non-surgical therapist, it will be better than all the other treatments that you got combined, because it's always been about scar tissue. It's always been about calcium and crystallization. So come and take my 11-day intensive course. Now, what happens is when people come to take my courses, they'll come that first time, and I promise you that you can go home and start setting up a business. We are certified under the World Organization of Natural Medicine, so you can get it or don't get it. And then I will continually be teaching you on a continual basis, pretty well weekly. Some weeks I miss, but I will continually keep teaching you forever. And understand something. We show you all the strategies from constipation to cancer on an emotional and a physical level. If you've always wanted to be a practitioner and you thought it was going to take too much time, too much money, please give me a chance, because I'm going to tell you something. There's a genius inside and there's a practitioner inside of you. Don't hesitate and understand. When I go to Mexico, they're going to do a swab just inside my nose and I'm flying to Mexico. That's it. Okay, there's no vaccination happening, no up the brain with this thing. It's not going down. And if you come to my course, the doctor's going to come do a swab just inside the mouth or inside the nose so that you can get tested before you go home. Understand, everybody. Don't let them hold us down. If you've got a question, you can call me. My extension's number 5. And guess what? Start looking at the testimonials. Go to www.newworldpractitioner.com and take a look at our course coming up September the 11th, okay, in Ixtapa, Mexico. And we are going to have so many more courses coming up. And we have people coming from all over the world to Ixtapa that are going to be coming there. They're already booked. They come from either a week to, guess what, a year. That's right. We've got people wanting to come and live there so that they can learn everything, and they're actually going to work with us. So this is a community. We've been given this place, and it has 220 beautiful condo rooms. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be back in a while. I'll be back at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And understand, if you're scared about doing an advanced water fast, then just watch it. And then just try to do intermittent fasting till 11 o'clock for 1 week. And see if you can do it. And if you get a headache by 9 o'clock, that just says you're toxic, okay? And if you think you need to eat, give me a break, okay? You don't, all right? This whole eating thing was to serve the food corporations, to serve the pharmaceutical companies, to serve surgery, and then the implant industry, and then more pharmaceutical drugs. That's what it's about. It's about teaching you to become a useless eater. Isn't that what they call us? Useless eaters? Well, you know what? Let's just all get really healthy. Let's all get really happy. And let's not listen to these people who think they have authority on us. 3, 2, 1. You got this, Braveheart. God bless. Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation. So what is the New World Practitioner certification? Well, it's made up of 21 days. And understand something, it's made up of the Whole Life Coach certification. And understand, we go deeper in that 8 days than anybody else goes when it comes to learning how the invisible creates the physical, the psychological creates the biological. And we teach you about energy medicine and about vibration and frequency, because that's all it is. And that's the most important fact. And then when it comes to the Wolfe non-surgical certification, nobody can pull fibroids apart or reverse joint, muscle, tendon, ligament problems or scar tissue from surgery quicker than we can. And we offer a money-back guarantee to all our patients. Now, why would we do that? Because we pull off the I am possible and we reverse the irreversible. Check this out.